Alrighty. So this is going to be a reading for my Leos. This is going to be what you're not expecting to happen from November 15th through the 30th. And basically, we're going to look at what energies you guys should be aware of ahead of time, energy that you guys could possibly avoid, since we are going to kind of cover it and get it out there, and also just things that may come up that you just may not be expecting to happen. So we're going to get straight into it. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Crystal. This is Mystical Crystal Tarot. We do strictly tarot readings here. So if you want to see more of my readings, make sure you're subscribed. You hit the notification bell and the like button. And if you would like a personal, that information is always listed in the description box. Okay. So let's get into it. Leos, what are they not expecting to happen that may actually take place during November 15th through the 30th? First card out, we have the Hermit card. Interesting because I've been getting this card a lot since I started doing the readings this morning. But with the Hermit card, I kind of gave this analogy to Scorpios. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, I would watch that reading too to see if it resonates. But with the Hermit card, this card gives me so much of this, like I'm in a box and now it's time for me to really reflect, because we have the reflection thing going on here and this person is secluded. So for a lot of you, mentally, even physically, you could be feeling like you're secluded. You may not have as much friends around you since the pandemic started, or even before the pandemic. You may have been just cutting people off and getting rid of old energy in your life. And with you doing this, this has really brought you closer and closer to understanding self. And Spirit has been doing this on purpose so that you guys can really get clear on what you want to see manifest in your life, is in regards to your career, in regards to your love life, in regards to just personal development. And with the Hermit card, Spirit, like I said, is forcing you to kind of go through this transition. Okay. Some of you may be taking some time during this time frame to really think about what you would like to do in your career if you were to go more of the entrepreneurial direction, because you could be noticing that maybe a job isn't something that's in alignment with you. Maybe you would do better doing your own thing. Okay. Others of you, it's more of like some personal traumas in regards to your childhood or your love life that you're having to address here as well. Okay, we have the King of Wands here, Leo. So, of course, you guys are showing up in your own reading. It only would make sense. But with the King of Wands, this is you guys getting a sense of motivation. And this motivation is really going to be different for each and every one of my Leos. You may be motivated to finally go ahead and get that house that you've been looking at on Zillow. Okay, you could be feeling motivated to finally go ahead and get your own apartment, especially if you are younger in age, like in your early 20s, and you may be wanting to move out and finally take on responsibility for yourself. This motivation could be in a sense of you getting another job. You may have lost your job due to the pandemic, and now you're just trying to get back to a place of, okay, having security and being good financially. Overall, this motivation is just going to be really pushing you to kind of close the year off with a bang. So this is really, really good. Leos. We have the Six of Cups. So there may be a fire sign that may be coming back from the past as well. This could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. This could be an old friend, old family friend. This could even be somebody who you had romantic interest in at one point. But this individual may be coming back around, and you guys may have some like interesting conversations as far as like reminiscing on how things were at one point, or kind of addressing things that may have happened in the past that didn't quite get addressed when it needed to, especially if there were some disagreements between you and this individual back when you guys were speaking to each other and you guys never really got to, like I said, speak on what happened. So this is finally you guys clearing the air. Another thing, like I said, you guys may be having moments of reminiscing on things that may have happened in your childhood. And you may be looking at how some of you guys, your parents may have scarred you in certain cases by putting you through certain experiences. Others of you, this is more of just your children. You may be looking at the person who you may have children with, and you may be feeling motivated to really be your best self because the person who you may have children with may not be giving you the support that you need. And you may be realizing that you have to do what's best for you and your children, regardless of what this person is deciding to do and whether or not if they're really going to be putting effort and energy into nurturing the children you guys have together, especially if you guys aren't together anymore. We also have the Knight of Wands. So with the Knight of Wands, not only are you guys going to be motivated during this time frame, but with the Knight of Wands, you guys may have down days, okay? You may have some days where you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to tackle the day. I'm ready to put my best foot forward. And then you may have some days where you're like, I don't really feel like getting out of bed. I don't feel like applying to as many jobs today. So I always say this whenever I see the Knight of Wands, there's a need for a routine to be put in place, or there's a need for you to really make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, your physical health, and did we say your mental health, your physical health, and your emotional health? Excuse me. I wanted to make sure I didn't like repeat the same thing over and over again. But yes, there's a need for you to take care of your personal health before you can go out into the world and give your best self. Because if you're not emotionally in a place to where things are together, or mentally you're not in a place where things are together, you're not really going to give your all. Okay. Some of you guys also, if you get a new car during this time frame, make sure before you buy it that you go take it to a mechanic, or you get a mechanic to look at the vehicle, because what may happen is one day the vehicle may be doing its thug dizzle. Okay. It may be doing really, really good as far as getting you to A and B. Okay. Point A and B. And then some days the battery might die, or the tire may go flat, or the engine may just cut off. So make sure you don't get a vehicle that's just going to have sporadic issues. Okay. We also have the King of Swords. So during this time frame, you guys are going to get into this brainstorming energy. How can you manifest a certain amount of money by a certain time? And what I will say, if you are having any financial issues right now, sit down and write your expenses down. A lot of people don't do this. This is why they have financial issues, is because they don't take the time to analyze where their money's going to. It's like, okay, well, I have so and so amount in my account, so I know I can afford to get a, $10 DoorDash or a $15 Postmates or whatever it may be, or a $30 shirt, whatever it may be. But we don't really look at where the bulk of our income is going, whether it's, going to things that you could hold off on and use that money to, put into elsewhere to make you more money. Or you may not be understanding exactly how much your overall expenses for the month, like your core expenses or the expenses that never change, like bills, how much that may add up to, all of this stuff. So some of you guys may have to get real analytical when it comes to your bank account and your spending habits and the way that you're going about leveraging your money. Okay. Because if you're more of a consumer than somebody who's leveraging their money to make more money, then you're going to always be in this cycle of feeling like you don't have enough. So that's a little financial tip. Over here, we mix everything up. But okay, let me pull one more card. We have the Temperance card. So I've been getting not the Hierophant, the Hermit and the Temperance for basically every single sign, which is super interesting. But to kind of close the reading off with the Temperance card, this is speaking to you guys taking the time to get things in balance, get things balanced. And you also may be realizing that a lot of the relationships that you have around you, or a lot of relationships that you would like to build, unfortunately, it's hard to, because you may be realizing that you as a person, the evolution that you're going through, you may not be meshing well with people who are, probably in your said age group. You may be a younger individual who may have more of a mature mindset. You may be interested in learning more about being a better version of yourself, while, being in your early 20s, people may not have that mindset. Or you just maybe not really meshing well with people in your environment anymore. Some of you guys may get inspired to move to a whole nother state or a whole nother part of your state. But I'm going to stop right here. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you thumbs this video up. Make sure you're subscribed, all that jazz. And if you would like a personal, check out the description box to book on my website. And I will see you guys in the next one.